So hello everyone from NoBugs project. I am here with Paul Weber. He runs
Good morning.
he runs the San Diego Java user group. He's also a Java champion, and we are here in Oracle Code One, and he's always giving awesome talks here, and he's a top reference around the world. So I'd recommend you to follow him on Twitter and follow his tips, because if you want to be the best, you have to follow the best. Okay? So
Well, thank you very much.
you're welcome.
Hopefully it's good advice.
Just saying the truth. We're gonna make here a fast question, but not a simple question. So, what are the three top reasons that cause bugs, and why are they the top reasons, and what are a brief solution for them?
Okay, so three top reasons for bugs, and this is subjective. So it's going to be what I think are the three reasons that come to mind when you're writing code. What is a bug? So syntactic bugs. You're out there, you type in, you miss one of the language's syntax, and it's just like, okay, it could be, you got a nested parentheses or nested brackets. Those are usually easy to find. Your IDE will do it. Any semicolons will find it. But back in the old days, when you didn't have IDEs, or maybe you still use something like a text editor, and you pop it up there and you want to compile it. Now, compilers are much smarter, so they'll find a lot of those for you also. Logic bugs, much more difficult. I went to the Java Puzzlers, and they got some nice logic bugs in there too. But they also showed here, again, going back to the syntax, where maybe the syntax came out, and you have a single quote versus a double quote, how casting works from primitive value types, the concatenation using plus operators. There was just a really cool example of a syntactically incorrect piece of code. So it compiled and it ran, it just didn't produce what you thought it would produce.
So you mean some tricky things in the language? So you think that if you don't have a deep knowledge in the language you are working with, you might go through bugs that you have no idea what's happening, and then you might reinvent the wheel or do things that are completely unnecessary, because it lacks because the developer lacks some knowledge in those languages.
Yeah, it could be knowledge, or it could just be that the developer, hey, I want to do something cool. I'm going to use nested tertiary statements, but not understanding how the casting happens, or how the auto-boxing, unboxing happens within that. Could lead to unpredictable results, or very, why is this not working questions, and you're pulling your hair out at midnight. And then application logic bugs, which are usually the hardest one, and that's really comes down to is, do you know what the requirements were, and do you understand what the requester was actually asking for? And this is where it comes down to, I think, is where test-driven development is a bonus there. Write your test case first. What is it that this piece of code is supposed to do?
Yeah.
If you know what it's supposed to do, then it's really easy to program it to do. Usually. Keep your methods small. I think Kent Beck wrote a whole lot of stuff on that, and then the testing of the functionality of the method, or the group classes. Testing, I know we inherently don't like to write the test, but in reality, if you can't figure out what the problem is that you're supposed to solve, what problem are you solving?
Exactly. So Paul said here two very important things. That is lack of knowledge. So if you don't have a deep knowledge on Java, for example, you'll go through bugs that have no idea what's happening. So that's why it's so important to go through the language and learn it deeply. learn the concepts deeply, understand exactly what's happening, so that you can avoid bugs. Like for example, if you don't know exactly how um, hash code and equals method work, you can go through bugs that uh, you can be in trouble because you don't know exactly what are those concepts or if, whatever concept from Java. So we have to uh, always go deep the language. And also he mentioned about lack of tests. So if your application doesn't have tests enough, you it will be really difficult to track down bugs, and bugs will hide much more easily. So what do you think it would be the third top reason that we have bugs? Do you think it's just about code, or there are people skills involved as well?
Well, it's going to be a combination. I would think is that if the developer is sitting down and he's focused, or she gets interrupted, and then you lose context. You come back. Where were you in this thought process? So, interrupts can have a very interesting impact on our development cycle. Sometimes it's better here again, I think going back to the old days of extreme programming, you pair with somebody, or nowadays some people call it mob programming. You get 3 people all looking at the code at the same time to help not have bugs or write code efficiently.
Do you think that works with 3 people? Because I tried once, and it was quite confusing because there was a lot of conflicts of ideas. Then we just kept on discussing things, and we didn't get things done. So it was a bit difficult to program with 3 people, but with 2 people it works really well.
Yeah.
I mean, my experience was really good because I think 2 heads thinks better than 1 head. So,
Yeah. Well, you get that instantaneous code review process.
Exactly.
Going. Now, the mob programming, I'm not an expert on it, but just from what I've seen from Woody Zill, who's posting about it and whatnot, is it basically, if you're following the mob, some people are learning, some people are contributing, one guy is writing, another guy is kind of navigating. The aspect of that is maybe it's not the discussion, or everybody's trying to get their idea into, but here again, go back, write the unit test. What's the requirement? Solve the problem. Small steps. Just
Exactly.
keep it at that. So.
Yeah. So, so I think Paul shared with us top three reasons that really cause bugs in our applications. So, lack of knowledge on your language, lack of tests, and if you don't know how to work in a team with other people, this will impact the quality of your code, because it's not just about code. So quality software goes beyond code, because you have to convince other developers to do their best work, and sometimes they're not motivated enough to learn more and to be executing, to be implementing the better programming practices. So those are really serious reasons that are difficult to solve. What tip you would leave for us to, for example, to improve the relationship between developers? What do you think it's good?
The funny tip, have breath mints available. Sometimes in close proximity, bad breath kind of turns people off, or body odor.
That's good. Yeah, keep your breath good, in a good shape.
But just and be open. I mean, we're all trying to do the same thing, trying to solve a problem, and everybody. I mean, I've got my opinions on how to do it.
Yeah.
Rafael has his opinions.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of sometimes, the curly braces on the new line versus the curly braces at the end of the logic line. Sometimes it just doesn't matter. But we get deep in those kind of discussions sometimes.
Perfect. And did you think about the golden tip? I mean, a golden tip that will help our developers to implement better code and have no stress on their project. So what golden tip you would leave for us?
Yeah, the golden tip is really write the test case first. Understand the problem, program, codify that problem, and then you can solve it. It's really what I think is a really good approach.
Perfect. So TDD.
Yep, basically. But, yeah.
Yeah.
Write the test first, though, not second.
Okay. Do you have a book to recommend us?
Off the top of my head, no. I mean, there's a lot of TD books out there. I think the original one by Kent Beck is the one I remember reading a while back.
Yeah.
And just going from there. I think Kent has also got a blog or two. He made the comment about, sometimes developers read a book and we take it too extreme.
Yeah.
It's where, we need to test every method, and then you use something like Lombok or something else to write the getters and the setters and test that. Why are you testing? Basically, you want to, what is the function? And if you write, small methods, small classes, you get into this almost functional programming, but you can test that, and that's trying to test it out, and then it kind of grows from there. And the other extreme, of course, is trying to write all your integration tests in a unit test framework. It may not be the best idea, but it's better than not testing.
Yeah. So, so just to wrap up, what Paul said, it's about not creating tests for everything, because there are some things that might not be so necessary to write the tests before writing your code, and also understanding the business, understanding what you have to do first, and then you can create meaningful tests. So sometimes at companies it's difficult to understand the business because sometimes they are very complex. So we developers can't underestimate business because they are complex. So we have to always go beyond code and go there, understand the business, and create the code, create the right solution, create the right design, and then you can create a high quality software. So Paul, I'm really grateful to have you here in No Bugs project, and thank you very much. One thing that I forgot to mention is that Paul is one of the best. He's a huge fan of Star Trek, so he likes to do that,
yes.
And it's amazing. I think most developers like Star Trek as well, and there are many things to learn there as well.
Okay.
And thank you, Paul, and hope to have you again in No Bugs project, and hope to see you again.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and don't forget to follow Paul on Twitter. I'll put his Twitter on the description of this video. And as I said, you have to follow amazing people like Paul and great references, because you're gonna be learning a lot and you're gonna be involved in Java community, and you'll be updated about what's happening in the Java world. So just follow Paul. And if you are in San Diego, go to his JUG.
Yeah, come down. Everybody's welcome to come down to San Diego. Nice area. The SD JUG meets on the third Tuesday of every month.
Yeah.
So
Every Java developer very welcome to go there. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks again.
Yeah. Do you have something else to say?
No, it's live from Oracle Code 1.
Wow, that's great. I like that. So thanks, Paul. It was great to have you here.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.